And Paul Lash in the morning and 80s all day and night. Your community radio.
SNSN.
And good morning, everybody. As the liner said, it's Mike Benarski and Paul Lash. However, Paul Lash is not here today. Paul is on assignment. What assignment do you ask? Well, Paul is he's actually getting some medical stuff done today. So let's just say he'll be seeing a lot better when he gets back. So Paul, which is funny because he's what he's getting done to, he's getting a lens put in his eye. He's getting his lens changed out. And I told him, I said, well, are you going to be in it all this week? And he said, yeah. I said, you sure? Because I don't know how long this takes or what this takes. He goes, yeah, I'm driving home from it. I went, what? So I guess medical stuff has really changed through the years. So I'm feeling a little melancholy today, as some of you might as well. I am even wearing my old Wolverine radio shirt, one of them, instead of an SNSN shirt today. Yesterday was not a day of good news. Was not a day of good news at all, and it continued into the night as well. Obviously, yesterday we got the news that Bob Saget had passed away at the age of 65. He was found by sheriffs in the Ritz-Carlton in Orlando, Florida, where he was staying. They're saying that there was no foul play. It's not drug related, and there was, that's it. So they're not really saying, why or how he passed. I'm sure it'll come out at some point. But I think it's funny that with celebrities, they instantly go to something that was or was not drug related, because it's so prevalent, especially in what they call an untimely death. I mean, I didn't see this one coming. At all. I don't know if anybody did. I mean, if you were betting on the death pool on FanDuel, this is not one you would have got. But it's left me a little melancholy today. I remember watching them. I'm sure a lot of you have too, in the America's Funniest Home Videos. And then, of course, Full House. And God forbid that awful show, Fuller House. That show was awful. I guess he was only in a couple of episodes of that one, I believe. But he was. That's it. A lot of the cast have already come out and spoken on what they're all crushed. And who thought? I mean, Betty White. That's one of those that you knew was going to happen at some point, but you didn't want it to, obviously, because of who she was. I have said many times that I didn't think that I'd ever see her die in my lifetime. I thought she was just going to outlive everybody, including the cockroaches. But old age took her at the age of 99. Sidney Poitier, another one. He was 95, I believe. Now here's the question: who's next? Things come in threes. We had Betty White, Sidney Poitier, and Bob Saget. So I think we're done. But if you notice, things always do come in threes, and it always seems to happen on a freaking weekend. So spend your nights tonight watching Full House. Get rid of Fuller House. Just get rid of that piece of junk. I don't think anybody really liked that show. And Dan Pierre, you just said it. You said it. All within the first days of 2022. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. We're taking Betty White. That have you ever had was there a celebrity that passed away maybe unexpectedly that really hit you? Is there one? Oh, that's right. We can't forget John Madden. There's the roast of Bob Saget. Well, Norm Macdonald's roasting him again, right? Except in a different dimension. Yeah, the roast of Bob Saget was brutal. Seriously, were there any celebrities that passed away that you didn't know? I mean, whether you expected or you didn't expect, but it just kind of got you right in the feels. I think the one with me the most was Robin Williams. I absolutely thought he was one of the most incredibly talented performers. He could do it all. He could do it all. He was funny. He could act dramatically. So that one hit me. That one hit me pretty good. And there are other celebrity deaths that, it's like, well, I'm sorry. Like, honestly, Whitney Houston didn't faze me. And I don't know if it's because I just wasn't a big Whitney Houston fan, or it was because of how things transpired. God. And then her daughter too. So I mean that was sad. I was never, and I guess I was never really starstruck. So I guess I like to withhold all of my emotion for dying people, for the people that I know in my real life. Not so many that I see on TV or the big screen or in live performances. Except if you're Robin Williams. You are not a horrible person if celebrity deaths don't matter to you. You are not a horrible person. Like my mother, that hit me hard, and it still does. And I still can remember the day that she passed and everything in between. And she's been gone 20 years. So did that hit me? Yeah. Come on, I was an only child. That's why I can sit here and talk, because I used to talk to myself as a kid. I could just have conversations with myself because there was nobody else, unless kids wanted to come out and play. But no, you're not a horrible person for not worrying about celebrity deaths. I mean, you can be melancholy and say, "Oh, that's really, really sad." I mean, they were this, they were that, but it's part of life. I mean, I think that if something happened in your own family, I think that takes precedent. Obviously, there are people out there though that it's all about their celebrity, and something happens. Like, what about John Lennon when he got killed? That right there was kind of incredible. All of the people that came out, and they were just absolutely devastated that John Lennon had passed away. Okay, he was a great musician, part of one of the greatest bands of all time, the Beatles. But I don't know, just didn't. So Dan Pierre, I'm with you. Even Robin Williams, that said, kind of hit me. I still went on with my day. I mean, it was just, because you know why? Because if I go pause up, Robin Williams isn't really going to lose any sleep over me. Princess Diana, 1997. And I'll tell you how I know that exactly right off the top of my head, because she died in her car accident the same day my son Nicholas was born. Another one, I could have cared less. Why? Not into the royals. I don't get it. I don't get the whole thing. They don't really have any power, in England or the UK or anything. They're just figureheads. don't care. But if you tell that to the people in England, they're like, oh no, we love the royals. And how is Queen Elizabeth still here? She's 99, isn't she? She's 99 as well. The big wedding between Charles and Di. That was absolutely phenomenal. I didn't really care. It didn't make a difference in my life at all. None of the celebrity deaths really do. That's why I don't knock anybody that does have those feelings for those celebrities, but it's just not me. It's just not me at all. So if you are terribly affected by by celebrity deaths, okay. I mean, I'm not gonna mock you. I'm not gonna do anything. It just doesn't do it for me. When Elvis died, people didn't know why, because I was such a music fan, why I didn't feel worse than I did. And I just said, his music didn't die, and I didn't know him personally. So there we go. Then there was some pretty tragic local news, and we'll get into that in a second. Take a quick break right here on SNSN.
I will be right by your side. Women can have it all, including heart attacks. But symptoms like jaw pain, nausea, unusual fatigue, dizziness, and backache are often different and more subtle than for a man. The fact is, heart disease is the #1 killer of women. Know the signs. Learn more at getheartchecked.org. From Women's Heart Alliance, in partnership with Women Heart.
I can probably hit the green from here.
Probably.
Can I get a mulligan?
Ready to go?
Hey, are you sure you're okay to drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sober. Yeah, I'm probably okay.
Probably okay isn't okay, especially when it comes to drinking and driving. If you're drinking, call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hello, I'm Miranda Mahoney, Project Coordinator of Grizzled Pride, your drug-free community coalition. We want to help you keep your kids safe during this challenging time. Social distancing is still in effect, and so is the social host law. Reports are coming in that teens are contracting the virus at underage drinking parties. Parents, allowing underage drinking on your property could land you in jail for up to a year, plus fines. Another reason why you should not provide alcohol to our youth. For more info, go to grizzledpride.org. grizzledpride.org. grizzledpride.org.
Hi, my name is Dr. Katina Simmons. I'm the optometrist and the new owner of Grizzled Eye Care, formerly the office of Dr. Joel Zuckerbrand. I would like to welcome you and your family to make an appointment today for an eye exam. Even though the name has changed, we are still providing the same family-friendly eye care as Dr. Z. We are located at 8 North Main Street in Jewett City. You can also find Grizzled Eye Care on Facebook and send us a message. Don't forget that eye exams correlate to your whole body health too. It's not just new glasses and contacts. So come see me, Dr. Katina Simmons, at the all-new Grizzled Eye Care, formerly Dr. Zuckerbrand. Hope to see you soon.
Your community radio. We love the 80s. Mike Minarski and Paul Lash in the morning. And 80s all day and night. SNSN.
All right, good morning. Welcome back. One of the things that I've been talking about this morning is celebrity deaths and how they really don't affect me personally, but they do affect a lot of people. I'm just not one of them. Not at all. Angela, you just said it. I mean, that was the one that got me. That's the one. If anyone ever got me, it was Robin Williams. That was probably the closest I've ever come. So more on a local front, and this happened last night. In Plainfield, there was a fire at a multi-unit home. It was a four apartment home, 4-apartment dwelling, and it was on Sachem Street. 107, 109, 111, and 113 Sachem Street. It was in Central Village, actually. When police got there and firemen got there, they started evacuating people, and they did get everybody out except for one. And there was one person that was pronounced dead last night in an overnight fire in Plainfield or Central Village. So, see, now that bothers me more than a celebrity death. It honestly does. Much more, because it's obviously somebody from our own community. So that right there, and that's just a horrible tragedy when, you know, your house burns down. So the entire fire is still under investigation with the Plainfield Fire Department and the Fire Marshal's office, the police department, and the Connecticut State Police Fire and Explosion Investigation Unit. So there are a lot of agencies that are investigating this one right here. I'm sure there will be more coming out of that, and we will keep you updated here at SNSN. How do you do that? Well, number one, certainly don't wait for it to come through your news feed on Facebook. Just because of the fact that it might not come in your news feed in Facebook. It all depends on how much you do or do not interact with any of our social media, like our news groups, like SNSN Radio or SNSN News. The easiest way, just go to snsnradio.com. snsnradio.com. That's one way. The other way is to actually send us a text message. And if you send us that text message, you see the number on the screen, 860-717-3097. It's literally us. It's not a paid service or anything like that. You don't get spammed. That's important, I think, to say. We don't sell your information because why? We're just local here. So you have to opt in. And what we do here at SNSN is we will go ahead and we text out news and information via that text. And last night I did send the Bob Saget information out at about 8:30, and that's about as late as I'll go in sending out a text. Good morning, Leon. How are you? Good morning, Tommy. Tommy, what the hell is Buzzcat? What does that mean? Tommy Buzzcat Berry. When did you come up with the name of Buzzcat? I see you walking around all the time. I'll be honest with you, Tommy, and I'll look at you and go, he looks just like a Buzzcat. So tell me what a Buzzcat is. I don't even know. Too early to tell, Leon says. I'm assuming you're talking about the fire. So anyway, that happened last night about 3 o'clock in the morning on Sachem Street in Central Village. Oh, it's your nickname. Okay. It's Buzzcat. Let's call him Buzzcat. Here, we'll put it up there. He's watching. It looks like you're on YouTube this morning. Tommy Buzzcat Berry. It's kind of a cool name. Oh, I asked how you were doing. I did. And it's too early to tell. You know what the problem is, Leon, is when I do these shows by myself, I go in about 19 different directions. And then I kind of, people will chat back. And I'm like, what did I just say a few minutes ago? Good morning, attention deficit disorder. So, yeah, we were talking about celebrity deaths and, versus local things and local tragedies. And I would much more pay attention to the local tragedies. I don't want them to happen, but, So here's another thing, too, is that, and this gets me. This really gets me a lot. if something happens, something that happens that's tragic, or is going to really kind of command a lot of attention from people in the community. When something does happen, like let's say something happens to a person and they die. First of all, that sucks. It's awful for that individual and, of course, their family. But the thing that sucks about the whole thing, worst of all, is when you get somebody on social media going, hey, do you know the name of the person that died? Why do you need to know? Chances are, now call me stupid, but if you're close friends or you're a relative or somebody in the immediate family, you know. If you're just somebody 3-4 miles away and you're just curious, it doesn't matter. It'll come out eventually, but you don't need to know right away. You don't. And the only time we announce these things and what had happened is only after the next of kin have been notified. We wait for a state police report, that said so, and then we'll go ahead and report on stuff. So so when people go, hey, why are you reporting on this? You know how many people you could hurt? They don't even know. Well, you know what? The important people know. Just because you didn't know, maybe that should tell you something. You're not in the family. It's just being damn nosy. When something happens, leave the people alone that need to be left alone. You don't need to know it. Leon says it's worse being the fireman finding the body. You can't erase it ever. And I honestly, I can't sit here and say, yeah, I know what you mean, because I don't. I can only imagine. I've heard stories as well from firemen, first responders, some things that are seen that you can't unsee, that you don't even see in the movies. It's just horrible stuff. Absolutely horrible. But if you're on social media and you want to know what's going on, in due time, things will come out. So asking for, who died? If you're a close neighbor, friend, relative, then you have been notified. Now, what I'll never do, and I have seen this done, and this is something you don't want to do, is, okay, last week, for example, there was a truck rollover on 395 in Plainfield, or more, towards Moosup, maybe more. The rollover, which of course we found out was a fatal accident. But then people were getting on social media before that and saying, hey, I heard it was a fatal accident. Where'd you hear that from? No news outlet, at least not anybody has any, reputable sources. Nobody said anything. Yeah, I heard somebody died. Yeah, I was in this truck. They used to work for this person. What are you telling people? Are you trying to sound important? No, what you're doing is, or you get somebody, oh yeah, somebody in a Mercury Lynx, the blue Mercury Lynx was wrapped around a guardrail. Yeah, it was blue. You know how many people, I don't think anybody owns a Mercury Lynx anymore, so that's why I kind of went there. Yeah, how many people, are looking for that car and go, oh my God, little Joey has a blue Mercury Lynx. I haven't heard anything yet. You're going to scare the shit out of people. But people do it. Why? Don't know. So if you're looking for news, we got you. you just send us a text, 860-717-3097. And and then the thing is we won't flood you. There are other places you can go, and there's like 50 posts a day, on their Facebook feed, and it's like half of it doesn't even pertain to this area. So we what we do here is we're pretty much hyper local, and we try to keep it that way. Just to our general area. Sometimes there are larger stories that happen, regionally with that we'll go ahead and pump information out. But anyway, so going back to what I was saying about people just needing to know what's going on, Roxana says, this is an insensitive culture. It makes me sad. It makes me sad, but it also pisses me off. It ticks me off that people need to know, all right, fine. You want to know a sports score? Gotcha. Or whatever. But when you're looking into somebody, that is, that deals with mortality, please, you don't need to know. You don't know who you're affecting. It's not good. And we all have, because of social media, we all have that insane need, myself included, to know everything right now. But I think, personally, we need to filter what we need to know right away. Insensitive yet overly sensitive at the same time. That's redundantly redundant, but true. Gee, Laura, how'd you get so smart? You always got good comments. You and Daryl from the Healthy Computer. You always have some pretty good. You just need your own show, I think. You have some really good statements. Roxana, you do too. Then again, there's always Tommy Buzzcat Barry, the Buzzcat. So then again, again, news. It's not that I am selling anything, because why? Because it's free. Look at the number on the screen, 860-717-3097. And the reason why I started it or wanted to do this is because I hear all the time, and I know you see it too on social media. Somebody will post something and they go, I didn't know about that. Well, basically, because you didn't look. And again, if you wait for it to come up through, a social media feed, whether it's Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or whichever one or ones that you use, you're not going to get it. It's not going to happen. You'll get maybe 15% of what's going on out there. That's if you're really concerned about what's, really, 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 really concerned. Like Zoolander. Now, this is just another way to try to disseminate information to people in the area. You try different methods. I have tried everything but smoke signals and knocking on doors to try to get news out there, because especially like let's say there's a referendum that's happening on a very, very important event. Let's say it's a school issue. Or better yet, how about guns? They're threatening your rights as a gun owner. If you don't know about it, right, you can't go anywhere. Can't do anything about it. So I've tried 1,000,007 ways to go ahead and get information out, whether it has been through Facebook, whether it's through text message. through our website, through our app, posts on social media, different sources, multiple sources. And then somebody said, hey, you know what? Maybe a text service would work. Okay. Let's do that. And even that is like pulling teeth. So it's like, I think I finally come to a conclusion. People don't really want to know. I don't think they do. I'm not trying to bait and switch here. I just don't think they do. And then it's easy to say, oh, I didn't know about that. Because that's the natural reaction, right? I didn't know about that. Oh, couldn't do anything about it. Darn it all. Sorry if this is offending you, but think about it. If you really want to know what's going on, you go to the places to get the information that you need. Right? If you're looking to buy a cable connector for something, right? What are you doing? You're going to probably go to Amazon and look it up. You're not going to go to Grizzled now and go, hey, I need a cable connector. You have one? No, you're going to look it up. So when it comes to information like this, town information, people say, yep, want to know. Got to know it. Because it ain't getting to you via the newspaper. That's for sure. We know that now. And then there are opportunities, and then people don't take advantage of that. Am I bitter? No, not at all. But I just don't want to hear anybody say, I didn't know about that. Information wasn't out there, because that's not true. There's information everywhere. And I don't mean just like with us, anywhere. There are a lot of different places you can get news. All right, Roxana, what do you got? Then if these people that are not paying attention, then, then they have zero right to complain, period. Roxy says, if your eyes are not open, then they are closed. Bye-bye, peeps. It's true. If you really want to know what's going on, then you want to go to the places that you'll be able to get the information from. Because if not, then you're not going to know. And then you're going to get on social media and go, oh, I didn't know about that. Why did somebody tell you? Well, somebody did tell you. You just weren't listening. Sorry. Not sorry. Carol, you said Daniel P. or no. What are you talking about? I don't even know what she's reacting to. Buzzcat. That is Tommy, you win the internet today. Oh, okay. She's reacting to, am I a horrible person if celebrity deaths don't matter to me? Tommy says, like I didn't know that there was an unfortunate baby death in our own town off Slater Avenue until a few months ago. Hey, Tommy, guess what? We had that the next day. Yeah. So just want you to know, it's there. It's always there. Roxana, hey, Daniel Peer, you would care if they called you to investigate a dead celebrity's house. That is true. Because Daniel and his wife both Tommy says, am I the only one on live chat? No, you're not, Tommy. You're just the only one on that's chatting on YouTube. See, we're on multiple platforms. Most of the people are chatting on Facebook. There's probably about 6 or 7 other people that are chatty right now. A good news person will wait and get the information from the police, unlike the informants for the National Enquirer. Is the National Enquirer even a thing anymore? I don't think I've seen that anywhere. Or the Star? Are they even things anymore? The people that go on town websites and ask things like, what do I need to register my car? Or what doctors take my insurance? Wouldn't you call the doctor? What's the oil price? I don't know. Call the oil company. It's not hard. You guys are funny. All right. So this is why we have the service, because I'm just trying to I don't know, get more information out there for people to take a look at, so they don't have to say I didn't know about it. And there are always going to be people like that. And I'll be honest with you, there are 3 people right now that have said to me, "Hey, Mike." I would say, "What?" Because that's probably how I would answer that question. They say, "Why don't you send stuff out via text message?" Okay. All 3 of them. Not one has sent me a text to say opt in. Whoops.
You buy better. Better it burns. Much better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better.
A new season is upon us. Let's not fall into bad habits and let another insurance policy go by without review. Our offices are open and our licensed agents are available to shop your policy coverage and prices with dozens of insurance companies. Phone, email, 24-hour chat, or a good old-fashioned face-to-face meeting. We offer it all. Home, auto, business, and life. The Burns Agency has been a trusted, full-service insurance solution in your community since 1932. There's no better time to start saving than today. The Burns Agency, Norwich, Dayville, or online at burnsagency.com.
Better. Better it burns. Much better. So much better it burns. The right insurance at the right price. You buy better it burns. You buy better it burns. You buy better.
The aroma of scented candles is a very good stress reliever and certainly brings solace to the mind and body. However, did you know on average 21 home candle fires are reported each day? 3 out of every 5 candle fires start with something that could burn, such as furniture, mattresses, bedding.
SNSN, the streaming news and sports network.
Yeah, I could not play the rest of that PSA, especially after what happened last night. And I know a lot of people have said, "Oh, that's like the greatest PSA of all time that Paul did." But with the tragic situation that happened in Plainfield last night, Central Village, on Sachem Street, where one person passed away, I could not play the rest of that. So if you're wondering why I kind of cut that out, basically the gist of the public service announcement is: make sure you blow out your candles before you go to sleep or leave your home or whatever, because unfortunately something tragic could happen. Not saying that's what happened in Central Village, but still. So there was more stories yesterday out of Plainfield. Let's see, is this one? Well, this one is kind of a hoot. It was a young man, well, it was 30-year-old Moosop man yesterday. He was, I guess he violated a restraining order. And he got arrested, $50,000 bond, thrown in jail. He was resisting arrest, offered to fight the police officers. This is yesterday. And then he decided because I guess they tased him and they did something, but they got him into his holding cell. This is yesterday in Plainfield. That's the Plainfield Police Department. They finally got him in there, and when he kind of came to or got his noggin back straight, if his noggin was straight at all to begin with, flooded the cell. That's a popular thing at the Plainfield Police Department that people do in their cells. They flood them. There was one story where there was a person that was locked up, stuffed toilet paper down the toilet and flushed it and kept flushing until it absolutely flooded everywhere, right? But I'm sure that person was innocent of all crimes that they were arrested for. And this one right here was the second. You're right, Victoria. It was the second violation. Now, I'm not saying that's funny, Victoria. What I'm saying is that this guy goes in there and he's fighting the police. He gets tased. And then he turns around and he takes his own fecal matter, starts throwing it at the camera. It's ridiculous. And Victoria, I never said it was funny. Not what he did. And he's going to be due in jail today in Danielson Superior Court. So he was held, didn't make bond. That happened. Actually, that happened over the weekend. We just got the press release last night. Caged animals do strange things. That's very, very true. That's very, very true. But I think it also brings out somebody's natural instincts as well. Whether they're good or not. I think, I don't know. I think that just shows somebody's integrity when you go in there and start throwing your own poop at the camera. What do you think? I don't know. So, a lot of strange things today. Feeling real melancholy. I'm kind of a little bit out of sorts. Like I said, because of everything that kind of happened this weekend, there was a lot. It was a lot to digest. We're talking about, of course, Bob Saget, and of course, this horrible fire in Central Village, and this clown that starts throwing his own crap legitimately at the cameras in Plainfield after he tries to fight one of or two of the guards or police officers. And then there was also a motor vehicle accident who is actually the lady that got involved was a friend of my mom, so my stepmother's. So that was like, oh my God, as soon as I read that. So there's a lot of things going on. Best thing you can do, just take a deep breath, relax, start the new year all over again. Once again, love to have you part of our text group, 860-717-3097, 860-717-3097. If you have not joined up, we can't just put your number in there because you have to opt in, because then you can turn around and say, he slammed me and he's spamming me. And we can't do that. We don't want to do that. So you have to opt in. And if you do, then great. So anyway, that's going to do it for a Monday. We will see you once again tomorrow. Rich Waslick will be in tomorrow. Paul, if you're listening, we hope your surgery went well this morning. And we will see you figuratively on Wednesday. Well, he'll tell you about it. Till then, have a great Monday.
Hello, I'm Miranda Mahoney, Project Coordinator of Grizzled Pride, your drug-free community coalition. We want to help you keep your kids safe during this challenging time. Social distancing is still in effect, and so is the social host law. Reports are coming in that teens are contracting the virus at underage drinking parties. Parents, allowing underage drinking on your property could land you in jail for up to a year, plus fines. Another reason why you should not provide alcohol to our youth. For more info, go to grizzledpride.org. grizzledpride.org. grizzledpride.org.